AITA for not making my daughter apologize to the woman who spoke to her like a baby? I have a daughter, Katie, who is 6 years old. She is a very smart and straightforward little girl. People are often surprised over what comes out of her mouth. We do talk about filtering, but as she's 6, she's not always best at it. I admit I didn't use a lot of baby talk when she was younger and do speak to her as I would an adult. Katie has a babysitter, Lauren, who watches her some afternoons if I'm not off by the time Katie is done with school. One night, I had to work late. Lauren's mom, Julie, stopped by at one point to drop something off. Now, I wasn't there, but by Lauren's own admission, her mom can be a lot. The following is a recount from Lauren, and Katie has confirmed it when I discussed it with her privately. Julie began gushing about how cute Katie is and began baby-talking her, using cutesy words, pronouncing things with W's, etc. Lauren was cooking dinner for herself and Katie. Julie turned to Katie and asked, "Are you ready for your nummies?" Katie got a weird look on her face and asked, "Why are you talking to me like that? Are you stupid or something?" Julie got offended and Lauren told Katie to apologize. Katie said no and told Lauren to stop talking like a baby. Julie left not long after. When Lauren relayed the story, I said maybe Katie shouldn't have been so candid, but Julie shouldn't have talked to her like an infant. Lauren said she just wants Katie to apologize to her mom. I said Julie should apologize to Katie for treating her like a baby. I did talk to Katie about being more polite. She seemed to be receptive. When I told my mom about the whole situation, she was appalled. She said Julie was probably just trying to be nice and didn't realize how mature Katie is. She said Katie should absolutely apologize. AITA? I'm a teacher who mostly teaches 67-year-olds. Nobody speaks to them like they're babies. Not their parents or siblings or family members that visit school. Edit. In Australia, the baby talk thing isn't as common here as it was in the US when I was over there. I think it's really weird that Julie saw a 6-year-old and thought, I better speak to this child like they're a toddler. But I also think it's important that Katie learns the impact of her words on other people. Are you stupid? Isn't the right way to retaliate. But she's young, and she's learning. I do believe she should apologize for calling Julie stupid, and that Julie should apologize for talking to Katie like she's a baby. Ash. Why are you talking like that? As fine. Are you stupid or something crosses the line into rude and disrespectful. So, help your daughter craft an appropriate apology for saying that. In person, or a note, and make sure she understands what tact is and how to speak respectfully to anyone she might come across. It'll make her life much easier if she knows how to be polite. Ash. Sure, it was not cool for Julie to all goo goo GAA. But the kid didn't need to call her stupid. You can't play both sides of the field. Expect people to talk to her like an adult and to know off an assumption that she's a straight forward talker, and then in the same vein, let her get away with things like a baby. A normal kid should be taught not to call someone stupid in such a rude was unprovoked. Neither should a teenager nor adult. Cool and all that you taught her behind the scenes, but she should have apologized, and based on what you wrote, a post-apology doesn't seem in the cards. It's fine for your daughter to question why Julie is talking to her like that, and all she needed to say was don't do it please. But jumping straight to "are you dumb" or something is unnecessary and should have been corrected. I really don't see much wrong intent from Julie's side except a careless mistake. If she'd pushed the matter further, then yeah, she would be an AH. YTA. Asking if someone is stupid is incredibly rude. Don't you want your daughter to learn not to be unkind and rude? I would be mortified if my child spoke to someone like that. Haven't you taught her any manners? You may think she is all grown up, but that response just shows she still has a lot to learn about how to behave. You need to be careful that she learns emotional intelligence as well as intellectual, or you are doing her no favors in life. Julie was being annoying, but it wasn't necessarily intentional. Katie's response, "Are you stupid?" was plain rude. Sure, Katie is young, and she might not have meant to be rude, although I suspect she knows better than to say something like that to her teacher. But she was. This is a learning experience. Julie deserves an apology. I'm in the minority here, apparently. But calling someone stupid and then refusing to apologize for it is not a child being smart and straightforward. It's a child who is acting like a brat and who thinks she is the smartest person in the room. Edit. Pleased to see that I'm not in the minority anymore. The comments shaped up better than I expected. Yes. Julie shouldn't have assumed and used the cutesy voice when talking to Katie, but you should also be teaching your child manners and politeness. Asking someone if they're stupid is incredibly rude, no matter how you look at it. YTA regardless of how the lady was talking to your kid. You are effectively encouraging her behavior by not making her apologize and make her understand why she shold. She's gonna say the wrong thing to the wrong kid at school and it's not going to work out for her. Always try to be nice but never fail to be kind. Words to live by. Okay, as a father of 4, I legit just laughed out loud reading her response. And I'd laugh even harder if I was there for it. Probably not great, but that's really funny. Still, I'd tell her to apologize for calling her stupid, regardless of how stupid she may have sounded or acted. I think in general you should apologize for calling someone stupid. I think "why are you talking to me like that" is a legit response. YTA. It's generally not appropriate to call someone stupid. You're raising your daughter to be an asshole if you don't correct that behavior. If she doesn't like the way someone is speaking to her, she can say that. Tossing out insults because she's annoyed isn't okay. This one is all over the board, so not even providing any kind of judgment over who is versus who isn't the asshole here. Basically, it's everybody and nobody. Julie spoke to Katie in a condescending manner, but it wasn't mean-spirited. She is an awe for speaking to a 6-year-old like an infant. On the flip side, I've met many 6-year-olds that act like they should still be in diapers, so this kind of speech could actually be appropriate, meaning Julie really isn't an AH here. It goes both ways. Likewise, mom isn't an AH for raising a child that doesn't use or like to hear baby talk. She is an AH for raising a child that speaks rudely to others. Don't care who you're talking to, how old they are, what they do for a living, or how they talk. Calling someone stupid is always the height of rudeness. You can make the argument that Julie started it by being rude to Katie, no matter how unintentional that might have been. However, anyone that knows anything about etiquette will be quick to remind you that it is never acceptable to be rude to someone. This not eye for an eye territory here. Someone being rude to you first is not a sign you are now allowed to be rude to them in turn. The Dalton philosophy still plays here: be nice. If someone is rude to you, stand up to them but be nice. If they continue to be rude, end the interaction but be nice. Are you stupid or something? Is rude, and even a 6-year-old should be aware of that. Especially one who is smart for their age. Your daughter should have apologized for that, and you should work on more appropriate ways to ask adults not to baby talk with her. Baby talking to a 6-year-old is also rude to them. It's speaking down to a child that does not want to be spoken down to. That being said, it sounds like an honest mistake, and a simple "please don't speak to me like I'm a baby" would have sufficed. Are you stupid or something? Quote, you categorize that kind of remark as just being candid. Esh. Everyone sucks here. Gonna go with Esh. But you should have your daughter apologize. What Julie did was infantilizing. And wrong. But Katie's first reaction to it was, are you stupid? If it was an adult with a speech impediment that sounded similar, would you then classify what Katie said as rude? Then she should apologize. The chat about politeness is good. But admitting when you've said something hurtful and apologizing is another valuable lesson. Julie should also apologize for treating a child like that. It can be hurtful to their self-confidence and personality if everybody treats them as a baby past that stage. Esh, but softly. Everyone was just exploring boundaries here. Katie's honesty, candidness was rude. I feel like this is a teachable moment where mom can say, hey. Asking her if she is stupid was rude because she wasn't trying to hurt your feelings on purpose and didn't know how smart you are. But it seems like you were trying to hurt hers. Let's discuss ways we can address your discomfort, set your own boundaries without being mean. Impact and intent are huge in moments like these. Sometimes the impact of an well-meaning intention can be so bad that it does warrant some aggressive pushback. But in this case where the intent was harmless, the impact didn't warrant this harsh of a response. She felt her intelligence was insulted by someone she's never met before. Even a curt, please don't speak to me like I am a baby. As you can see I am not a baby, would have been more acceptable than, are you stupid? Quote, honestly, this teachable moment is important for existing in society where social relationships are important. I don't want Katie not making any friends ever because she's not being taught the difference between setting boundaries and being rude. I feel like these are the people who grow up to be the type to say, oh well, I was being honest, it's not my fault their feelings were hurt. Or that yay people say I am an because I speak my mind. I think, for all parties involved, it should be clear that while an apology is owed for being rude, she is 6 and doesn't like being patronized. I apologize for asking if you were stupid. I don't appreciate being spoken to like a baby and should have just asked you to stop. I do agree with another commenter here that as women are taught from a young age to respond to discomfort with politeness. But I don't think apologizing and setting her boundary is the polite thing to do here. It's the right, teachable thing to do. YTA. Your daughter asked a grown woman if she is stupid. And you're on here asking if she should apologize? Of course she should apologize. Sure. Julie was baby talking her. But she didn't mean any harm. Your daughter sassed her. That's not a nice way to talk to people no matter what. She could have politely asked her to speak to her in a more mature voice. But, are you stupid? Is rude and she needs to learn not to speak to people like that. You don't like people speaking baby talk to your daughter. But you're fine with your daughter speaking to others disrespectfully. Not okay. Also, you're potentially damaging your relationship with her babysitter, who very reasonably wants your daughter to apologize for being rude to her mom. Sure you wanna burn that bride? Esh. Grown adult owes 6yo an apology for treating her like a baby and hurting her feelings, likely implying to your child that she is stupid. Hence her reaction and refusal to apologize. For what it's worth, it seems to me the other mom was not trying to imply 6yo was stupid. So it was a miscommunication. 6yo owes other mom an apology for not communicating with more kindness. It is an expected issue for a 6yo to have. But so is toddlers hitting people. And we still teach them to apologize when they act out of line. IDK why it's so hard for people to just apologize to each other. People get on this moral high ground with apologies. But the reality is non-a-holes apologize when they realize they hurt someone. even if it was inadvertent. Edited. Mistype in reference to the other mom. Julie was being annoying and your child is 6. Not 2. Even then baby talk is just weird and annoying. Like you said, just talk to your child in a normal tone. That said, calling someone stupid is not the best to teach your child. It's good that Katie can express herself, stand up for herself if she doesn't like the way she is being talked to. However, you can take this as a teaching moment and say, I really like how you were able to tell Julie you didn't like the baby talk. But next time let's be a little more polite about it and say something like, I don't really like the baby talk. You can talk to me in a normal tone. YTA. Just BC your daughter can speak up for herself doesn't give her the right to be rude. She owes Julie an apology. Julie didn't need to infantilize your daughter, but she could have left it at, why are you talking like that? Teach your daughter that words matter and to accept responsibility when she messes up. Whether it was intentional or not, you covering for her mistakes only reinforces that she can get away with bad behavior. That's not how life works. She's old enough and mature enough to talk. She's old enough to learn that actions have consequences.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.